name's Janelle and welcome back to Rosery Apparel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my top 10 favourite makes of all time. This video has actually been inspired by a comment I received on a previous video. The comment said, could you make a video all about your favourite makes? You've made so many lovely items over the years I've been following for a while, and I would love to see which ones you've enjoyed wearing the most and why. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time to leave such a beautiful comment. Secondly, I think that is such a great idea. I did share a few years back a video all about my 5 most worn items, and a few of the things I shared in that video are making an appearance in this video as well, which is no surprise really. But I decided to challenge myself and pick out my 10 top makes of all time. This goes for like the things I enjoyed wearing the most, the things I enjoyed making the most, my favorite fabrics, all those sorts of things, and hopefully sharing these makes will inspire you to have a go at making some items for your own wardrobe. And I'll be sure to leave all the links to all the different patterns and videos and tutorials that I've made in the past that go through the whole making process for each of these items down in the description below. So if you did want to make any of these items for your own wardrobe, you can do that. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it and let me show you my top 10 all-time favorite makes that I've made for my wardrobe over the last almost decade. We may as well start with the item I'm wearing. It is this corduroy pinafore that I actually made by pattern hacking my beloved pansy sewing pattern. This pinafore just turned out even better than I was expecting it to, honestly. I picked up this corduroy fabric while I was in Japan, and basically as soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted to make a dress of some kind. I wanted to make something cozy to wear for the winter months, which I'm currently in while you're watching this video. It is winter here in Australia and I still wear this corduroy pinafore most days, honestly. The design itself is pretty simple. It's just like an oversized fit with like a square neckline. The back also has a bit of a square neckline as well. But what I love about this pinafore is that the oversizedness can be cinched in with these little tie-up bow ties at the sides, which is just such a cute little fun detail to the dress. Like I said, I live in this pinafore. I wear it with my turtlenecks over the winter months and then t-shirts over summer, and I love it. I think it is such a cozy outfit and such a cozy make, and I just feel like really, like, I don't know, so great wearing this pinafore. It just feels super easy but comfortable and just a little bit like different to your average garment, I suppose. The next dress I have to show you is one I made, I'm gonna say back in either late 2019 or early 2020. It is a fully button-up dress, and I actually used the pattern McCall's 7974, I'm pretty sure. I basically memorized that pattern number off by heart because I mentioned this dress in so many videos, and I made it out of the most incredible floral rayon fabric that I picked up from Spotlight. This is still hands down my favorite fabric purchase of all time. It's just this beautiful floral print. The flowers almost have a watercolor quality to them, and they're in the most gorgeous autumnal shades, and I'm so glad I made such a classic dress out of it because yeah, even though I made this dress like about 6 years ago now, I still wear it all the time, especially over summer. It's one of my go-to dresses, but I also love pairing this with my cropped knitwear as well over winter. I wear this dress so much. This next item I think again is part of this collection mostly because of the fabric. It's like one of those once in a lifetime fabric finds, and so because of that I had to include it in this video. It is this jacket that I made from a vintage bedspread. When I saw this fabric at the op shop, I immediately was drawn to it and immediately knew I wanted to have a go at making a puffer style jacket. Here in Tasmania, it gets really cold and everyone has puffer jackets, but they just don't suit my wardrobe. I find them really ugly, I find them really uninspiring, and so when I saw this fabric I knew I had to have a go at making a puffer jacket that was more my style, and I could not be happier with how this one turned out. I made this jacket by pattern hacking, I don't know, I think either my pansy or my rosa pattern, I can't even remember now, but I'll have the step-by-step tutorial linked below if you want to make a jacket similar. It's got this tie-up design at the front, which I think just adds to the adorableness level of this garment, and it also has these little side pockets with like a pocket, what do they call these again? But it's a really special kind of pocket design that you can put in coats and jackets that I find really satisfying to do, and I was very nervous doing it with this fabric, but it worked out okay, and I've tried to keep the original bedspread design as much as possible. So I've got like the original gathered pleated binding along the edge of the jacket. And again, it just adds to the specialness of this garment. Yeah, I'm just so happy with how this jacket turned out. I love wearing it over winter. Next, I have another pattern hack. This one is a pattern hack of my Rosa sewing pattern, and that is this shirred bodice dress. I just remember having so much fun making this dress. It just has so many interesting details. I ended up like staggering the shirring, so it created this pattern along the bodice, and then I added these tie-up puff sleeves, which has just created the most delicately darling dress ever. I made this one quite a while ago as well. I can't remember exactly, probably like 2022 I'd say, maybe even 2021, but I still wear this dress all the time when it's warm. It is like my favorite go-to super hot weather dress, and because the cotton is a very lightweight cotton, it basically feels like I'm wearing nothing when I have it on. So yeah, it's perfect for really hot days. I just remember having so much fun making this dress, and then once I was finished, just being completely wowed by my own skill. I just didn't think I was capable of making a dress quite as detailed and beautiful as this, and I ended up doing it and it turned out great, and I still wear it all the time. Next, I just had to include one of the first ever Rosa dresses that I ever made. The Rosa pattern is the first ever sewing pattern I created, and this dress was the first edition of the Rosa dress. It is this dress here that I made from a vintage bed sheet. Like I said, this is a very early edition of the Rosa dress. It is basically exactly like the current Rosa dress, except it has a more scooped neckline. But yeah, I just am so in love with this dress. Look at the fabric. It is just stunning, and I don't think I've found a fabric at the op shop as beautiful since finding this one. I actually made this as part of a collection of, I think it was about 3 or 4 dresses exactly like this that I sold for my handmade dress business back in the day. Before I started this channel and before I started selling sewing patterns, I used to sell handmade dresses made from 100% recycled fabrics, and this was one of the fabrics I made a bunch of dresses out of. I ended up keeping one for myself, and I'm so glad I did that because yeah, it is one of my all-time favorites. And again, this one is very special to me because it is another one of those once in a lifetime fabric finds. Speaking of finding beautiful fabrics, I just have to let you know about a gorgeous online fabric store I've discovered recently called Mr. Tissue, who I'm so excited to have as the sponsor of this video. Mr. Tissue is an independent fabric store based in Belgium that specializes in high quality garment fabrics sourced exclusively from European fashion houses and manufacturers. Their fabrics are sold by the meter, and due to being mostly dead stock fabric, you can find some truly unique once in a lifetime fabric finds. Not only that though, but shopping end of series or dead stock fabric is such a guilt-free way to shop for fabric because you're purchasing fabric that would otherwise end up being thrown out. Shopping on their site is easy as you can sort and browse by the different fabric types, or even sort the fabrics by seasons, which just makes shopping for fabric online a whole lot less overwhelming. Here are some of the fabrics I picked up recently, and each one is just as beautiful as the next. Each one is just such good quality, which is really great because shopping for fabric online can be pretty intimidating to say the least, because you're not sure how the fabric is going to look and feel once you get it into your hands. But I am just so happy with each of these fabrics, and each one exceeded my expectations, and I can't believe how quickly my fabrics got to me. They took less than a week to arrive all the way here in Australia, which is great. So if you'd like to do a little bit of fabric shopping, then I have an exclusive discount code just for my audience. Simply use the code Janelle15 at checkout to receive 15% off all orders over £59 or 75 USD. This code excludes sale items and is valid for the next 2 weeks only. Thank you so much, Mr. Tissue, for sponsoring this video. Next, I have a garment that is also made from one of my sewing patterns. This is the Clover skirt. I made this Clover skirt as a final sample for when I was getting the sewing pattern ready for launch, and I made it out of some beautiful green rayon fabric. What I love about the Clover skirt is depending on the type of fabric you use, it looks completely different. So I made a corduroy version of the skirt and a more structured cotton version of the skirt, but I think My favorite is the rayon. It is just so floaty and effortless, and it's just an item I have worn to death since making it, especially over summer. This is kind of what I live in. With a like simple t-shirt, it just is such an easy, comfortable outfit to wear, and looks really put together, but is honestly just like so easy to throw on. And I'm so proud of the Clover pattern. We've just passed a year since I released it, which is crazy, and it's so fun to see you make your own versions of the Clover as well. The next dress I have to share with you is the newest addition to my wardrobe as I'm filming this, which is actually crazy that I've already included it in my top 10 makes of all time, but I genuinely can't express just how much I love it. It is the Juniper dress by Tiana Herring. I had seen a dress by the brand Noble for around $300 to $400 USD, which is actually just so much money to spend on a dress. But then when Tiana came out with the pattern for this dress, I could not have been more excited to have a go at making a version for myself instead. I made this version out of some corduroy fabric, which is just, I don't know, I just really love corduroy. I find it so cozy. I love the texture of it. I love everything about it. And this dress has just been one of those dresses that as soon as I made it, I was just like blown away by how much I loved it. And it has just been a dress I've worn so much since making it. I already know I'm going to make so many different versions of this pattern. I'm hopefully going to make a like midi length version out of some linen fabric for the warmer months, and yeah, I just plan on making so many more of these dresses. They're just so simple, but it's just such a cool design. I love that there's an elasticated waistline so it kind of cinches in nicely. It's just the perfect dress. I love it, and yeah, just had to include it in this list. Another dress that I just had to include in this list, because I even go as far as to call it my perfect everyday dress, and that is the pansy dress. So this is the original pansy dress that I actually pattern hacked to make this pinafore. It is just, like I said, the perfect everyday dress. I love the elasticated quarter length sleeves. I love this mini version, but I also have a midi length version available as well. I've made both and I love both, but I think the short version is just so ever more my favorite than the midi, just because I just get a lot more wear out of it, if I'm honest. The pansy pattern also has a little keyhole tie-up detail at the back, so there's no zip needed. It's one of those dresses you can just throw on over the top of your head. So easy to wear, so comfortable, and I literally wear this black and white gingham dress almost every single day. It is like my easy go-to outfit. And what I love about it as well is that it is a dress that I wear both in winter and in summer. It's just like perfect all year round. So that is why I call it my perfect everyday dress. Next, I have quite possibly the most luxurious and special dress in my wardrobe, and that is this Willa dress. The Willa pattern is by Rosie Caldwell, and it is such a beautiful design. It's very Doan inspired, if you know the brand Doan. They're very feminine, floaty, beautiful dresses. And what makes this dress even more special is the fact that I decided to make it out of some Liberty fabric. So Liberty of London fabric is absolutely gorgeous fabric. It's very expensive. I treated myself to a few meters of this fabric when I finished my Clover skirt pattern. That was my treat for getting that pattern done, and I have no regrets. Even though it's like $50 a meter, it is just made up into the most beautiful dress. The fabric itself is black with this little tiny orange ditzy floral print, which I'm completely in love with. I think it suits this style of dress perfectly. It just has such good, what's the word? Floatability? That word? I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. You're probably screaming at the screen at me right now. It's just got a really, drape. That's the word I'm looking for. Just got a really beautiful drape and just the perfect slight bit of structureness to it. I don't know. I just think it is the most gorgeous fabric, and this dress pattern was such a joy to make. Had to include it in the list. One of my top makes for sure. And the last item I have to share with you isn't actually a sewing item at all. It is one I knitted for myself, and that is this Rosery knit here. So a little bit of backstory about this item. I found the knitting pattern for this sweater at an op shop, and I made it back in, again, I think it was around 2020. And I made it in this pink yarn. It ended up turning out so cute, so much so that a lot of people who saw me post about it wanted the pattern. So I ended up getting in touch with the original publishers of the pattern, asking whether or not I could share the pattern with my audience, and they very kindly said I could. So I've had it available as a free pattern that you can download and knit up for yourself. It is just my all-time favorite knitted item I've ever made for myself. I quickly realized I didn't enjoy wearing the pink one very much. I'm not drawn to wearing pink shades, so I decided to make it in my favorite ever burnt orange shade instead. I wear this with all of my dresses over the winter months. I just love pairing it with all of my makes. Like, look at these two together. These two I wear together basically every day during winter. Also love pairing it with this beautiful dress as well. Like, look at that combination. It is just so perfect. When I knitted this sweater, I did make sure to knit it slightly cropped so it would work with all my dresses for the winter months, and I'm so pleased again with that decision because I just wear it all the time. And I've actually shared a step-by-step tutorial on how to knit this, so if you are a beginner knitter and you're not sure you're up for the challenge, I recommend having a watch of that video because it's honestly so much easier to knit than you'd expect. But yeah, I'm gonna pop this down now because you're definitely not supposed to hang knitwear. I don't normally hang my knitwear, but just for this video I wanted it hanging up with the others, so yeah, it can sit down there now. But yeah, those are my top 10 makes of all time. I would love to know in the comments below which of these is your favorite. I obviously can't choose one. They are all my favorite and I love every single one of them. It is really nice to like stand back and see what I've managed to create for my wardrobe with my own two hands. When I was first starting out sewing, I could never have dreamt of making items like this, and items that I love so much that I wear all the time. And yeah, I just genuinely don't think I could have purchased any of these and have loved them quite as much as I do. That's part of the beauty of making your own clothes, is being able to make clothing that is 100% how you want them to be, and part of the reason why I just love sewing so much. I hope you found this video inspiring, and like I said at the start, if you did want to have a go at making any of these items, I'll have all the patterns and the different video tutorials linked below so you can go and check those out. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, it would really mean a lot to me if you could give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more sewing related videos just like this one. Thanks so much for watching this video until the very end, and I'll see you in the next one.